Good morning, College of the Atlantic, and welcome to episode number 5 of Windward News. I'm Shope.
And I'm Micala Delepierre.
And it is November 2nd, 2015. We're going into week 8.
This week's episode sponsors the NSA, because Big Brother is still a part of your family. Yo, Gwen.
Yes, Max?
You know who Gandhi is?
I like to think so.
I hope you do. This week's Human Ecology Forum is all about Gandhi. This Tuesday at 4:10 in the McCormick Lecture Hall, the Human Ecology Forum, and Gray Cox is presenting on Mahatma Gandhi's work as it relates to human ecology and how Gandhi's methods can be applied to issues of all political scales.
All right, Mac, you better grab your popcorn because we have 2 film screenings this week. The first one is Monday night at 6:30 p.m. in Deering Common. The film is Brave Miss World. This film tells the story of Miss Israel, Lenora Abergele, and how she was abducted, stabbed, and raped in Milan, Italy at age 18, and how she went on to compete in the Miss World competition 6 weeks later.
She sounds like a pretty amazing woman and sounds like a pretty amazing film.
Mm-hmm.
Our second film screening this week is This Changes Everything, a documentary by Naomi Klein. Earth in Brackets is hosting it on November 7th in the Gates Auditorium. It will be followed by a discussion as well.
And I think we have one more exciting theatrical endeavor this week.
Absolutely. At Jessup, November 5th, 7 p.m., there's a crazy play called Groundwork. It's a one-man show about the power of gardening and trying to change the world one seed at a time.
Very COA. Up next, correspondent Josh Tone sat down with Matthew Kennedy, a representative of Earth in Brackets, to talk about the upcoming event, Earth, Love It or Lose It.
I'm here with Matthew Kennedy, who's a representative of the COP21 Paris delegation, and you're here to talk about the upcoming event, Earth, Love It or Lose It. So what is this event?
Yeah, so 2 artists named Jane Ann Pollard, who's a painter, and Laurie Sproul, who's a wood sculptor, who are native to Maine, will be coming to the Bloom Gallery at College of the Atlantic on November 5th. In their exhibit, and their artwork is about sort of the beauty and the fragility of the earth. They're trying to inspire as well as an appreciation of the beauty of the earth and awareness of the issues that threaten it, especially climate change, in light of the UN negotiations around climate that are happening in this November.
Okay. What's the delegation? Are they going to be at this event?
Yeah, so a few of us who are part of the group that will be attending the UN climate negotiations in November will have a presence at the opening reception to try and bring some of the climate justice narrative to the subject, to try and bring people into the issue as well as ecosystems.
And so what's the goal of your delegation at the actual conference?
The role that we usually try and play at these conferences of the parties, at these climate negotiations, is number one, to understand what's going on at an international level with regards to environmental politics and climate politics. It's also to, I think, play the role of witness and to really analyze and understand some of the injustices that are going on and some of the insufficiency of the UN effort to thwart climate change and translate that out to outside spaces and to people who don't really understand what's going on. And also when we have the opportunity to offer forward our voices calling for more radical change and justice.
Cool. So I think that sounds really interesting. And when is this event?
Yeah, so the opening reception is on November 5th at the Bloom Gallery, and it's going to run from 4 to 7:30. But the exhibit will stay there through November 27th, and will be going on every day except for Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you can stop by any of those times.
Great. And who's a good person to talk to if people would like some more information?
Yeah, so you can contact me at mkennedy@coa.edu, or I assume that you could even ask questions directly to Laurie or Jane Ann, and you can find them at their websites if you look them up online.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Josh.
Up next, we have a poem read by my co-host, Mac.
Now that the doom and gloom of weeks 8, 9, and 10 are upon us, I thought I'd have Percy Bysshe Shelley set the mood for us with Ozymandias. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command, till that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed, and on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty in despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away.
Thank you all so much for listening. I'm Gwen Shope.
I'm Micala Delepierre.
This podcast is edited and produced by Josh Tohn, and our interview is also by Josh Tohn. The podcast is published by Maximum-Tohn Records. This week's episode was recorded at the College of the Atlantic Recording Studio.
If you have content that you would like featured on the podcast, please email windwardnews@gmail.com. If you would like to be a part of the Windward News team, email jtone@coa.edu.
Thank you so much for listening and have a great week, COA.
Keep it real.